Howdy YouTube, today I'm showing you guys my Uruk-Hai Lord of the Rings collection. I've basically got one of every Lord of the Rings Uruk-Hai figure ever released, so I just thought I'd show that off to you guys today. Here we've got one of the first Uruk-Hais released. He is from the 2-pack with Gimli. His appearance is from obviously the first Lord of the Rings movie. You can see the really bare bones basic armor that he's got as part of the Uruk-Hai Scouts. Next up, we've got Ugluk, one of the other early Uruk-Hai warrior figures. He's got the same sort of armor, but I believe he takes charge of the Uruk-Hai Scouts once Lurtz gets killed. Another really cool figure. Both these have got the same pretty much gimmick or action feature where you push a button on the back and basically it lifts the hand up and basically makes them dance. So pretty cool. That's the second figure I've got as part of my Lord of the Rings set. Next up is one of the more disappointing figures. If you haven't seen my review on the Lurtz, he's one of my favourite Lord of the Rings characters of all time. But sadly, the figure, whilst he's good to stay in this pose, there's not much else you can do with him. Interesting to note, he's got the different face colouring to the other Uruk-Hais, maybe because he's the first, I'm not sure. Lots of great detail, lots of great paintwork. He has got slightly darker armor than the rest, but sadly, I guess the action feature with this guy really limits and kind of ruins the figure. Okay, so now we're up to Helms Deep, and this is one of the Uruk-Hai pikemen. You can see the slicker, crisper, mass-produced armor that this guy comes with. He also comes with a removable helmet, which is pretty cool. You can see the difference in the colouring, much lighter than I guess the earlier Uruk-Hais, maybe because shorter development time in order to get these guys ready for the battle at Helms Deep. Another really cool figure. His basic gimmick is that if you push the back, his mouth opens and he's meant to have electronic sounds. Sadly, the battery in this guy's gone flat. But still, a really cool figure, lots of great detail. Next up, we've got the Iroquois Berserker. This guy's, of course, famous for basically blowing himself up and breaching the gates of Helms Deep and the impenetrable fortress. A really cool figure by Toy Biz. Lots of articulation on this guy. Really nice. He's got the same basic action feature as most of the Uruk-Hai Lord of the Rings figures. But yeah, really, really cool. You can see, obviously, not a lot of armor, being a berserker, but he comes with that fantastic sword, which obviously was something really, really cool to see in the movies and now in figure form. Next up, we've got the crossbow Uruk-Hai, also from the Battle of Helms Deep. You can see he's wearing a lot more chainmail and a lot more armor to the standard Uruk-Hai figure, the Uruk-Hai pikeman at the back there. Interesting that it's a much darker color. Really cool helmet, lots of great detail on the crossbow. Again, really love that they introduced these guys into Lord of the Rings. Really fit the whole industrialized feel and look of the Uruk-Hai warriors. So again, another really great figure. If you haven't had a chance, check out my individual review of this guy. Definitely well worth picking up. So next up, we've got the Cirith Ungol Uruk-Hai, basically a straight-up repaint of the one of the first Uruk-Hai figures released. A really well-detailed, cool figure. If you haven't had a chance, also make sure you check out my review on this guy. Pretty much same standard action feature as all the other Uruk-Hai figures, but lots of great detail. And finally, we've got one of the last Uruk-Hai figures that was released, the Shag Rat figure. One of my favourites, if not my favourite Uruk-Hai figure released. No gimmick, but lots of detail, lots of articulation. This guy was an absolutely fantastic find, and probably my pick of the bunch if you get a chance to pick up any of the Lord of the Rings figures. So that's pretty much my Uruk-Hai set. Hopefully you've enjoyed this review. Feel free to check out any of my other reviews that I've got up on YouTube. Leave your comments below and let me know what you guys think.